Chances are you've heard of PTSD. The question is, do you actually know what all is involved in having post-traumatic stress disorder? Roughly 8% of the population will have some form of PTSD at some point in their life, but people still don't truly understand what it is. There is a big issue with diagnosing PTSD. The National Vietnam Veterans Readjustment Study showed that 15% of male Vietnam vets had PTSD at the time of the study, and 30% had it at some point in their life. But a 2003 reanalysis showed that 4 out of 5 male Vietnam veterans reported recent symptoms, 20 to 25 years after their service in Vietnam. PTSD is always oversimplified with the stereotypical flashback, but there's more to it than that. People with PTSD can experience a range of effects, including the flashbacks, but also including emotional numbness, difficulty sleeping, feeling jumpy, and being easily angered. These effects may not always be prevalent and can pop up randomly. For example, if a veteran had his truck hit by an IED, all it may take is a loud sudden bang to bring the symptoms back to the forefront. With a good support system and people that love and care surrounding them, the veteran will have a better chance of getting through their troubled times. The best way to support them is to try to get them back into the flow of life. There's no reason to pressure them into talking about it. Just do normal things, like exercising together, going for a walk, or just relaxing at home. Another big thing to remember is to keep your own stress in check. If you are visibly stressed, your stress will be passed on to your loved one. And if you are calm, relaxed, and focused, it will be easier for them to be calm, relaxed, and focused. For more information about how to help your loved one suffering from PTSD, visit www.helpguide.org. Today we are talking to Rand Jansen about his career and one of his most memorable missions in Vietnam.
My name is Randall Jansen. I'm a retired Marine captain. I had volunteered for Vietnam in the summer of '64. I got to Vietnam in October of '65. I flew H-34 helicopters, and there was another mission one time. We had 8 helicopters. We were told to pick up this Marine platoon that had been guarding a downed helicopter for a while. So we got in there, and what they didn't tell us was this is a reinforced platoon. We were planning on we were taking a full load of fuel, so we figured each helicopter could pick up 6 Marines, maybe 7. So we thought, well, there's a platoon is 48 people, 6 helicopter, we're fine. Well, I was the last helicopter in formation. And what we found out was this was a reinforced platoon. They had extra machine guns, they had some extra rockets. So the first guy got off about 8 or 9 people, and then they kept on coming back to me, and by the time everybody else was taking off, I was sitting there about, we were loaded to the gills. I pulled in maximum power, couldn't get that sucker off the ground. Well, with a helicopter, if you get some forward speed, you pick up additional lift because of the wind. So we started rolling through this rice paddy. Fortunately, it was dry. And by this time, the decon had filtered back in, the tracers are flying by the window. And we're getting closer and closer to this tree line. We're still trying to get this thing airborne. We finally got enough speed and made it through. We had a couple of branches hanging out of our wheels. We got back to the base. The funniest part about that thing, to me, it was just another mission in the line of duty. Many years later, I was at a party in Pensacola, Florida. It's kind of a reunion for helicopter pilots. And the guy came up to me, and I didn't remember him, and he says, "Remember me?" And I said, "Nope." He says, "You remember that mission where we picked up all those people? We had more people on it." I says, "Yeah, I remember that." He says, "That was my first mission in Vietnam." He says, "I thought, this is going to be an awfully long war or an awfully short war."
In 2015, over 360 service members died at their own hands. This marks the 4th consecutive year that the number of deaths attributed to suicide is higher than the deaths occurred as a result of battlefield action. Part of the reason behind these staggering numbers comes from people not knowing the signs that someone is in trouble. Another part of it is the inherent stubbornness of soldiers to admit they need help. Another part is not knowing where to find help even if they admit to themselves they need it. It can be very hard to bring up this conversation, but a few minutes of awkward conversation is better than a lifetime of guilt. Sometimes the signs are obvious, like appearing sad, loss of interest, and trouble sleeping, while other times they may seem like they stem from something else, such as frequent and dramatic mood swings and expressing feelings of guilt or shame. If you or you think someone you know, veteran or otherwise, may be thinking about using a permanent solution to a temporary problem, visit www.veteranscrisisline.net. The site offers all sorts of help, from identifying other warning signs and other crisis resources, as well as a phone number the individual can call to get the reassurance they deserve. This number of suicides among service members and veterans is on the rise, and the only way to stop it is by being proactive and noticing the signs. Just remember, even one suicide is one too many.